they have been defeated and the forces have recaptured the base, but it has of course sent a wrong signal across the world because when terrorists strike such kind of bases, of course it gives a bad message. Now we are joined by Shahzad Ahmed Neer. He is a defense expert and has been writing on these issues quite extensively. Mr. Shahzad, you would have been watching such a kind of incident in past as well. But would you agree with me that this was a serious blow to our defense system and capability?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much, Subbu. I would say yes, this is a wake-up call for the naval security planners because they had not anticipated that the terrorists could come from that angle and attack high-value assets which have been parked on PNS base Mehran. So I would agree with you, absolutely, and I would hope that this episode, notwithstanding the loss of life which has occurred, that the PN security planners would certainly learn from it and adopt accordingly in the future so that these attacks cannot take place again.
Could you please explain to us that what was the real fault with our security system? Were we not alert enough? Were there any shortcomings? Because we have been hearing the naval chief as well, the Minister of Interior, Rahman Malik, they all have been saying that this is not a security lapse. So how would you say that this is not a security lapse?
I tend not to agree based on my own personal experience because if a person has been able to reach so close to your high value assets, then it most definitely constitutes a security breach as far as I'm concerned. The way to upgrade the system is that the moment these terrorists would have crossed the first line of security, which was the outer wall, alarms should have gone off within the base itself, which is the standard in all international military bases around the world. And if such alarms did not go off and the terrorists were able to come so close to the high value assets, then this means again that the security planners need to revisit their security plans and need to adopt instruments and equipment that gives them early warning so that the commandos could take on such terrorists before they reach the high value targets as in this case.
I mean, you could also tell us about the significance of the plane which was destroyed in this incident, because we are getting information from different sources that this was a key instrument at the moment for the surveillance of our naval bases and boundaries and so on and so forth. So do you agree with the perception that after the destruction of this plane, our Navy is facing a like catch-22 situation?
Most definitely, this is a huge loss, and as the Naval Chief Admiral Noman Bashir has elucidated that these planes were roughly around the cost of $40 million. That's a huge amount for a nation like Pakistan. So yes, this is a huge loss, and it will take some time before our Navy can recover from it. But at the same time, I would also like to say that based on my experience and analysis of how these organizations work, these terrorists were not after necessarily these particular aircrafts. They were after perhaps the Americans who were there on the base in order to capture them or in order to destroy more helicopters or more high-value targets. Again, this is just equipment. Most of these aircrafts are already insured and the money can always be recovered. It's just the loss of life which cannot be recovered in this case.
Well, Mr. Shahzad, in past we were witness to this incident of this kind in Rawalpindi at GHQ. Then there was Osama bin Laden killing incident, and now our attack at the naval base. So we can say that all the three components of our forces have been exposed to terrorist attacks, and there were many shortcomings. Would you agree to this?
I would most certainly agree to that, and unfortunately there is a serious lack of coordination between the three services. One service, for example the Army, learning from the GHQ attack not very long ago, should have shared or should share the information with the rest of the services so that all the security around the important installations and bases where you have your high value assets parked can be protected in a more orderly and a more secure fashion.
And one last question to you: what do we need to do now to avoid such kind of incidents in future?
Well, we need to first of all and foremost jack up our intelligence information because that is the key to divert such terrorist incidents. And we also need to upgrade the security all around our bases. And the only way we can do that, in order to defeat the terrorist, you have to think like a terrorist. Only then you'll be able to defeat that person.
Well, we were talking to Mr. Shahzad, he's a security expert, and he has also been criticizing our coordination system. He believes that there should be a much more stronger coordination between all three forces, because if this coordination is not there, so we can have to face such kind of incidents in future as well. Back to you.